Is home to some of the most prolific playwrights and groups of producers. One such group is the Hearts of Art Theatre Group that is now set to actually inform us about the satirical piece on corruption in Kenya that they did. The play is titled Necessary Madness and will be staged at the Kenya National Theatre right here in the capital, Nairobi, this weekend. Now, I'm engaging with some of the group members who will actually tell us a little bit about the play right after they introduce themselves. Welcome to Bottom Line Africa. First of all, we could start with the lady on my immediate left.
Yes. So my name is Patience Akinyi, and this play that we're going to engage in, it's called Necessary Madness, and we're very happy for you to have us here.
Okay, we'll definitely get into the details of the play later on.
Yes, my name is Peter Kawa. I'm an actor, director, and upcoming producer. And in this play, I act as the corrupt police.
As the corrupt police.
Yes.
Now, there's a big smile on your face, perhaps to show that this is a satirical play.
Yes.
Let's get the essence of doing such a play. Why the Necessary Madness?
Well, the thing is, the reason why we are putting up this show is because we have realized that as Kenyans, we've taken a bit of a casual kind of stance towards the things that are happening in our country, especially when it comes to corruption. And we don't look like we are affected, we are perturbed in any way by what is happening. And yet we know sooner or later, you know, the chicken are coming to roost at the end of the day.
Okay.
So it's about time we told our story and probably at some point laugh about it. But you know, towards the end of the play, you realize that it's not something to laugh about.
Oh, well, definitely. Corruption is no laughing matter.
Exactly.
But the fact that you've highlighted all this in a play, you could tell us which role you play, because we heard it as a corrupt officer, and also inform us about the essence of putting a satirical feel in something so serious as corruption.
Well, I'm playing as a traffic offender.
Okay.
Yes, but actually I don't offend anyone. So these two, they arrest me for, you know, traffic infractions, which I did not do.
So there's another police officer as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there's another one. And as the play continues, you will see that there are so many reasons that they are arresting me for that I have not done. And so it comes to the question, there are good police officers and there are bad police officers. Yes, and what makes them take a bribe? And then, to me, I know the law very well, so much in hand that I refuse to give a bribe, and they get so mad, and he is mesmerized by my, you know, my firmness. And I'm there like, yes, we have to stand our ground. Kenyans out here should know your law. No police officer should tell you, remove 20,000, and you know it is not 20,000 just because you want to leave. Yeah, so that is why we're putting it all in this place so that you can see and learn.
Well, that's very interesting.
Yeah. It is interesting.
The beauty of it also is that when she just mentioned we should know our laws. You know, as Kenyans, the unfortunate thing is there's a lot of ignorance. We don't understand our rights. Even, you know, the thing about my character, when we arrest her, we try to throw everything at her, you know, the pans, the vijiko and all that, trying to get as much as we can from her. But the lady is very firm and she understands what she's all about. So whatever we throw at her, she always just finds a way to get out because she knows her rights.
Yes, I know.
So that is the beauty of it.
Yes.
Okay, I can see the excitement already.
It is very
And
exciting.
since you guys were part of the play, you know, you can perhaps tell us from an insider's point of view, the essence of playwriting and production of plays, especially in the Kenyan society, because I'm sure it plays a very big role, not just in terms of being the livelihoods of various playwriters, but also giving a certain information to the public. This time around being corruption, you know?
Yeah. I think for me, having been in this industry for quite a while, the interesting thing is we've had, you know, theater groups like, troops like the Phoenix. When we used to watch their plays, it was more westernized kind of material. So the Kenyan audience could not relate with the plays that they would put up. So for me, the encouragement, even with this particular plays, that all our plays that we do, they're always written by our local writers. So at the end of the day, it's all about, you know, celebrating our own, writing our own stories, and then at the end of the day, hopefully, that we will get to earn from it. You know, if you do not write consistently, and that means you will not create an industry where people can start celebrating their own.
Yes.
Well, that's very true. Now, you know that saying where all work and no play made Jesse a dull boy. Allow me to change it a little bit. I want to put you guys on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't talk about a play without actually seeing a little bit of it, you know, just a little bit. You guys can think about what lines you can actually give us so we get the true excitement, because I can see smiles on your faces and we want the viewer back at home to feel the excitement and actually come and watch the play during the weekend. Is that possible? I'm sure.
It is very possible.
Very possible?
Yes, very
Okay,
possible.
let me see what we can pull.
We can pull that, Madam, it is lunchtime.
Sawa.
Yes.
From where we are?
Okay.
Where, madam? It is lunchtime. Sawa.
Clearly.
Tafadhali. The sun is very hot. Just bring whatever it is that you can give us, and then go your way. Say that you're sorry, you'll never repeat this again.
Officer, I will not give you a single coin. Do you understand me? I don't have a budget section where I factor in lunch for the corrupt police officers on the road.
Always eliminate the adjective and you will have the fact.
But you're asking for a bribe. That makes you ipso facto corrupt police officers.
At ipso nini?
Ipso facto corrupt police officers. No wonder now even your school, your uniform has bigger pockets.
Madam, tafadhali, fanya hivi. Now, I'm going to let you go off with a stern warning that you will never repeat this. Tumesikizana?
Okay, thank you, officer.
Unaenda wapi na hata sijakupea warning. Now, I am warning you with the utmost strongest words possible never to do this. Sawa.
I was still waiting for the strongest terms possible.
Talk up before I change my mind.
Oh, wow.
Okay. We definitely got a feel of it. There were smiles on your faces right now. It's animosity. Okay, but it's called getting into the role.
Yes,
Let's
getting
talk
into character.
Getting into character.
Yes.
Now, the Hearts of Art Production. It's a production group. Even as you tell us when the play will be staged and when exact times it will be, perhaps also inform us about the Heart of Art Production and what work you actually do.
You being the first one to join Hearts of Art.
Hearts of Art has been there for quite a while. It's been there since 2012. But the interesting bit about it is the fact that they have always tried to nurture their own.
Okay.
You'd see faces that have been there since 2012, and they've been growing throughout all the productions.
Yes.
And particularly this year, we've done about 7 plays since the beginning of January, you know. So it is all about consistency. And our president is out of town for the moment. So yes, I'm the acting president.
Okay.
Yeah. What else?
When has the play been
yes.
staged? Yes.
It has already been staged before.
Already has.
Like about a month ago at Brighton. And we had a full house each and every show, and we had stakeholders in our society. We had the Transparency International who sponsored the show.
Yeah.
We had the police coming over. So they liked the play so much so that they insisted that we have another sitting. We are in another showing, which is now at the National Theatre. This coming Saturday, 6th and 7th.
Yeah.
On Saturday it's at 6:30. And then on Sunday, it's at 4 p.m.
At 4 p.m.
Yes, at the Kenya National Theatre main hall.
Okay, well, what are the damages? Kenyans only think along this line, so let's just tell them in advance so they actually know that the worth of this particular play is not just rooted on how much they'll be paying at the entrance, but what you actually leave with. Yes.
You leave knowing, learning. It's not even expensive at all. I think it's 500, and students' rates apply for those students who will come. So, art is all about learning in general. So you're coming there. We have so many things going on in our play. The doctor scene, we have my scene, family scene. So it all comes down into one thing: corruption, and how to stop and curb corruption in Kenya. There's so many elements, and we can see that leads an officer into engaging to corrupt activities. Once an officer gets comfortable with the department and their policies, they'll start taking the advantage to their discretion. And then, kidogo, they start taking a bribe off the road. And then when they get comfortable with it, it grows gradually. And then now they start taking more and more. Yeah. But how do we curb this to stop it? There should be consequences in Kenya. No matter how small the corruption is for the police officers, it should be brought to their attention so that they should know that what they did was unethical, and that whatever more gradually things they're going to do, it will be more and more consequences. That's all. You know, a police officer here in Kenya has a lot of power. That is true. But then their power should not be for them to do unethical things on the road and then just go away with it, just because they know they're not fully supervised by the,
Well, that's very interesting. Perhaps you can add on one thing before.
There's the one thing she's mentioned. Corruption is not just black and white, as we usually just point out that corruption, but there are so many factors that bring us to the place where we are. She mentioned something about hospitals and schools and even our homes. It begins with the most primary aspect of society, and that is the family. If the dad will always bribe the children so that they will not, watch TV, they do their homework and then he says he is 10 bob for you for doing your homework, something they're supposed to do. That is how we nurture corruption. And then when it becomes institutionalized, that is what it becomes when you see it as a national issue.
Yes. Well, let's put a stop, just a small stop right there. You know, they say good things come in threes. You know, the Three Musketeers, failure to mention other groups. But let's just take a small story right here as we actually wait for the other actor, as I'm informed, who is also set to join us in a few. So we can